Hi, my name is Debbie. Hi, my name is Aisha.
Hi, my name is FAVOUR.
We are going to show you a quick video about how the Jones family are coping with climate change.
The Jones family had been farming on their plot of land for generations, growing crops and raising animals to feed their own family and sell to the local community.
In recent years, they had been struggling with the effects of climate change on their food security. The changing weather patterns had brought unpredictable rainfall and increased temperatures, making it difficult to grow their usual crops. The once fertile soil was now dry and depleted, leaving their harvests smaller and of lower quality. The effects of climate change worsened. The Jones family also found it harder to access food from outside sources. The roads were often blocked by landslides or flooding, preventing trucks from delivering food to their remote farm. Slowly but surely, the Jones family began to see improvements in their food security. Their harvests were growing bigger and they were better able to access the food they needed to feed their family. How did the Jones family achieve this, and how can we adapt to the challenges of climate change and ensure food security?
This is us on our way to the Ministry of Agriculture.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
My name is OMOTANMI DEBORAH. What is your name, ma'am?
My name is Dr. Sadiku Bukolatui. I am the head of Crops Department of Lagos State Agricultural Development Authority, and I am a deputy director.
Thank you, ma'am. So the first question I'm going to ask is, what is food security?
Food security, in the simplest term, is when an individual have unrestricted access to good quality food. When there's availability, accessibility, and sustainability in terms of food for an household. So that's when I say that the household is food secure. When you have access to food at all times.
Thank you, ma'am. How do you think climate change affects food security?
When you talk about climate, climate is the main factor that is impacting agriculture negatively, climate change. This is because agriculture and climate change are interwoven. There's no way you practice agriculture without taking climate into consideration. You know, there in recent times we are having change in climate, and that has been affecting our food production system. For instance, there is this erratic, irregular rainfall pattern that is disturbing crop farmers. Like in the past, farmers used to practice crop farming twice in a year, but because of this erratic rainfall pattern, farmers that practice trade effect farming, they can only practice farming once in a year. And sometimes when we have this rain, we have it in excess, leading to flooding of farmland. Several hectares of farmland have been washed away by this flood, resulting in serious crop losses. Then occasionally we experience drought too as a result of the effect of climate change on agriculture. And as a result of this, there has been drastic reduction in crop yield and even in crop quality.
Good afternoon. My name is AISHA. The question that we're asking you is, can we ensure food security on a local, national, and global level?
Yes, we can.
How?
Thank you. We have so many strategies that we can adopt. The first one is reducing post-harvest losses through value addition in the whole value chain of agriculture. Then, by strengthening the capacity of our farmers, both farmers that are producing maybe on subsistence level or on commercial basis. We need to strengthen their capacity on how to increase their food production capacity. Then we need to strengthen the capacity of farmers to the area of combating the effect of climate change. That is, we need to teach them on climate resilient practices in agriculture. We also need to uh, move into mechanized farming now. That is, we have to involve facilities like irrigation system. Like most of our farmers in Nigeria, they still practice drip-fed agriculture. So we have to move from that era now into the era of using irrigation system, because with irrigation we can produce all year round. We don't have to depend on rainfall. Once we can produce our own natural or water, then we are good to go. So we also sensitize the populace on the need to go into one farming or the other. Like now, we in the especially in the urban areas now, we can promote urban agriculture. By promoting urban agriculture, at least each household can produce a little bit of what they consume. So by having that as maybe a policy that an household must produce one thing or the other, by doing that, at least we are sure of sustainable production and production.
The second question I'll ask is it necessary to invest more in agriculture to ensure an increase in food security?
In fact, without agriculture, there can never be existence. Agriculture is linked with human existence because you can't do without food. Even the clothes you wear is from agriculture, your book is from agriculture. Agriculture is life. So by investing in agriculture, we are actually investing in our existence. So it's the number one. What I was saying, even it was stated that agriculture is the number one profession. So there's no way you can escape agriculture from our system. It's key in ensuring food security.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
My name is FAVOUR BAMIDELE.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. The first question I'll ask you is what sustainable agricultural practices can we implement to mitigate climate change?
Thank you. When we talk about mitigation, we are talking about reducing the emission of greenhouse gases to the air, because these are the gases that are depleting our ozone layer, resulting in adverse effect on our climate, and as climate change. So we have several means of mitigating. The first thing is avoid avoiding deforestation on the farm and felling of trees. Even if you are cutting trees on the farm, you have to place it and planting another one. That is afforestation. Because by removing our forest, you are actually increasing the concentration of carbon dioxide in the air. Because it's these trees that absorb this carbon dioxide from the air. Because once you remove the trees, the carbon dioxide will be there, depleting the ozone layer. So one of the ways of mitigating is to avoid deforestation at all cost. Then of course bush burning. This is a common practice among farmers. When they are doing land preparation, they set their farmland, they set it on fire. By doing that, they are actually adding carbon dioxide into the atmosphere and causing the ozone layer to be depleted. So bush burning should be totally out of it during land preparation. Then another way we can mitigate is by creating awareness. Let the populace know the impact this changing climate is having on us and the causes of this climate change. Once they are aware, they will be once they are aware of the devastating impact it's having, definitely they will come with the activities that is releasing these gases. Then, of course, we should also look into the area of embracing how will I say, organic farming now, because most of the synthetic fertilizer that farmers use, most of them also result in releasing carbon dioxide. But by using organic practices, That's nothing like that. So we should also look towards organic agriculture. Then we should also look about climate smart agriculture. Climate smart agriculture, that's the practicing agriculture in a way that will not be detrimental to our climate, and at the same time we are having good produce, we are having quality food. So if we look into all these areas, definitely we are going to stop the emission of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, and it's going to help us on the long.
Sir, my name is OMOTANMI Deborah. Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is OLANIRAN. Hamzat. I'm a farm owner.
Oh, so what type of crops do you produce as a farm owner?
Well, I have variety of crop or plant that I usually plant on my farm. Take for instance, I have a plantation farm. I have corn farm. I have a cassava farm, and so on and so forth.
Okay, thank you, sir. So the question I would like to ask you is, as a farm owner, how does climate change affect your produce?
As a matter of fact, we all know that the climatic condition has a lot to do with what farmer might have planted, in the sense that at times weather can be harsh, hot, and definitely it will not allow what you have planted to grow the way it's supposed to grow. Meaning that at the end of the day, your output will be low. And then when you now have opportunity to have rain, automatically what you have planted will grow very well. That is why we need irrigation. Not only that, we need manure. Apart from that, you need to weeding your farm so that the weed will not be competing with what you have planted. So the weed will not be competing with it. Because if the weed is competing with it, they will not allow what you have planted to grow very well.
Okay, thank you, sir.
We are on our way to Food Hub, a center where foods and crops are sold by agricultural businesses, giving them access to commercial spaces, equipment, and resources to help support their businesses. At this Food Hub, they are sold at cheaper prices.
Have you had any problems with the quality of your food?
In recent times, yes. I went to a supermarket yesterday after a very long time, and some of the things I would usually buy that were quality, like the shawarma bread, I bought it for the first time yesterday, and it was very light, it was breaking. I noticed the quality of food has deteriorated in recent times. Even when you buy bread, it doesn't have that texture that it would usually have.
Can you think of any reasons why?
So prices of food have gone up, and the sellers still want to be able to sell. So they are reducing the quality and the quantity of what they are using to produce food. So even though it's more expensive, they're still finding it a challenge. So they're reducing the quality, and that's why.
Do you think like there is food available to everyone around the world?
I'll talk about Nigeria, and I'll talk about my space in Lagos. Like I said, I went out yesterday. On a normal day, when I walk on the streets, people don't stop me to beg me. But two people came and they said, "We have not eaten, auntie. Please just give me something. Let me just buy food and eat." One of them, I gave him 100 naira. I was like, "What 100 naira do now?" So I had to give him 500. But the other person was very specific about what he wanted. He said, "Please just give me so amount to buy food. I've not eaten for some time." So I would say that there's a lot of trouble when it comes to food. People are really hungry. They can't afford to buy one square meal in a day.
comparing the prices of food here and food in Mile 12 or food in Ketu Market, do you think that people can easily access food?
I would say, yeah, the prices of food are pretty reasonable. However, it's comparable to a Mushi market. It's not comparable. It's not cheaper. It's comparable to a Mushi market. I didn't get that. What else did you want to know?
Like, is food accessible? Food accessibility is when we have enough resources such as money, time, and fuel to purchase food. Do you think people have this ability, or do they have access to food?
I doubt it in recent times. I bought only a few things, like I said yesterday. And when I was being charged, it was 20,000. And a normal day, that would not cost me more than 6,000. And that is me that is working, and I have source. Somebody who probably earns per day, or does not have access to maybe what I have, will probably not be able to buy anything tangible. So, yes.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
So my name is Firdaus Ashiro, and I am a working adult. So I work in finance, and I have a beverage company in Nigeria. We call it Zobo, but here in the US, my brand is called Soba Hibiscus. And one of the things I think that would be interesting to share from my business is about food insecurity, because that's one of the areas that we're very passionate about.
How does climate change impact food availability in your region?
What we're seeing right now, we are seeing some crops being extinct. We're so we're in a couple of years we might not have access to certain fruits or just food items in general, because of the climate is changing, and there's a lot of different factors that are at play here. Because we live in a capitalistic society, over consuming, overproducing, a lot of the farms are also required to meet these demands. So when I say this, I mean that, for example, farmland, rather than them having portions of crops allocated in that farm.
My name is FAVOUR BAMIDELE, and I'm going to ask you questions on access to food. My first question is, do people have adequate resources to buy food?
Yes, so people do have adequate resources to buy food. Most people do, but not everyone, due to income, not living in spaces or communities or neighborhoods that have access to those things. But most people have access, although even in spaces where people don't have like access to food, there are other organizations that spring up, like, and then there's like, so we have the farmers market, we have food pantries, we have just not like food soup kitchens. So these are some ways that the community has tried to balance those neighborhoods that don't have access to like healthy or fresh foods.
As they say, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. During the course of this project, as much as we worked, we also had a lot of fun, as you can see in the video. We experienced new things, learned new things, saw new things, and did new things that we would never have the opportunity to do. It was fun working with each other. We had a very good time, which made the process worthwhile, and we're so grateful to God. We hope you enjoyed our video. Thank you. Bye.